All right, the Bougerv Cigs 200 watt thin film solar panel. This thing is supposed to be basically indestructible. And so we're going to be testing that out today. Go ahead and pop this thing out of the box. As you can see, it's rolled up in this box because it's supposed to be the most flexible, most durable solar panel out there. You know, decent for RVs, boats. You know, basically you can put them on anything. That's the claim. And the stuff, you know, is almost impossible to destroy them. At least the cells, you know, comes with a nice manual. You know, we ain't gonna worry about none of this right now because we're gonna see if these things actually work. So the pack comes with two. Got two in a pack. Go ahead and throw one of these on the ground. Get that one out of the way. I guess it's made for RVs and stuff. So it's just got that long and skinny shape of it. So go ahead and throw it up here. So it's been really cloudy today. It's really late in the evening at 6:17. So the panel is probably not going to pull in a ton of power, but we should still be able to see what voltage it's supposed to be able to pull in with my little solar panel multimeter here. So let's go ahead and get this thing plugged up and look at the numbers. Make sure this thing's already working before we start drilling holes in it. Should definitely be fun. Let's see what kind of numbers we get. All right, right now we got about 25.7 volts, and that's with it being this late and very cloudy outside. Let's go ahead and auto test. So it started on auto. Let's see what we get. So right now, still 25.7 volts. Volts open circuit. And the watts is only 11.5. Like I said, not barely getting any power just from the sun not really being out. But we can do more testing during the middle of the day with the sun to see what we get. You know, the sun might be coming out just a tad. No, let me show you what's going on with the clouds over here real quick. So the sun is way over there behind that dark cloud. It looks like it might be getting ready to come out. So we might be able to get some more out here in a second. Let's go ahead and try it again. All right, basically we just moved it over here to the sun to see what we get. 27.36 volts and 33 watts. Let's see if it goes up on this next test that it's doing. It just runs the test over and over and over every few seconds. So it's still about the same, laying flat on the ground, 33.91 watts. Like I said, the sun's just now coming from behind the clouds, and it's definitely not straight on with it. Let's hold this thing up to see if we get any more power. This thing's so long. Oh, 76 watts. So held it up a little bit, went up to 76 watts. So hopefully you can see that. 76, 75 watts, 74 watts, 77 watts. So this late in the evening, not bad power. 28 volts, 77 watts. All right, I say we go ahead and drill a hole in it and see what we get. Now, I do not recommend anybody else trying this at home, you know, so don't do this. Electricity is dangerous, you know, especially DC. That's why I got on gloves. And we're gonna drill a couple of holes and see what happens. So I think the bus bars, you can see them, they go right down here to the middle. So that's the one spot we're not really trying to drill through is the bus bars. So let's just take some other spots out. Bam. So I just cut 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 holes right in the thing. Let's go ahead and get you in there and show it to you. As you see there, got 6 holes right in the panels, right through the cells. You know, it's not small holes either. You see them going right through there. Let's get over there and test it out and see how it does. You know, with 6 holes in it. I might come and do some more, but let's test it out with that first, see what it does. All right, right now we got 28 watts at 25.67 volts. Go ahead and get the camera in here a little closer. Now the clouds have came back. The sun is in the clouds. But the panel is still working. As you can see, you still got the voltage on there. Go ahead, see if you can zoom in. So 28 watts and 25 volts. Go ahead and run another test. So with the clouds, 14 watts, 25 volts. So let's wait and see if this cloud moves and see if we can get another good test before the sun tries to go all the way out on us. But like I said, the panel is still working with 6 holes drilled in it. I mean, that is crazy. I mean, I knew these panels were good, but I mean, you can drill a hole in the thing. Come on, man, that is crazy. Got about 19 watts. I think the sun's coming back out. Let's hold this thing up. See what we get. All right, holding the panel up. Got 41 watts and 27 volts. So it's looking the same to me. You know, just waiting on that sun to come back out good. For the watts to keep going up. 52 watts at 27 volts. Oh, now the clouds going back. Well, we can get the cloud not to come out. You know, this testing will go a little better. But like I said, these panels are very, very flexible. I mean, basically you can roll it onto itself. You know, that's how it came in the box. Like that. Not gonna be a problem. It's gonna be very hard to damage these. So if you need something for your RV or boat or something that you're not gonna be able to damage, you know, this is what you're gonna want. I mean, to me, you can be able to walk on this or whatever, because I mean, if I can drill a hole in it, you can definitely walk on the thing. See, I'm walking right on top of the thing. You know, of course, it's not breaking. All right, holding the panel up. 63 watts at 28 volts. Hopefully you can see that. 58 watts, 27 volts, 44 watts, 26 volts. So it's just based on the clouds. You know, clouds keep coming out, making it go back down. As you can see, the clouds, everything's behind. You know, the sun's behind the clouds there. So that's messing up my testing. But the best part is the panel still works with 6 holes drilled in it. So let's go ahead and drill a few more. And maybe by the time we're done, the sun will actually be out again. I'll try to get you in for a close-up. Look, now that I brought the panel over here, now the sun's coming back out. So I'm going to show you how I did a few more of these holes. And of course, the clouds are out again. But we're going to hold it up anyway. Test this thing out. 44 watts at 27 volts. 54 watts, 27 volts. So with 12 holes drilled in this thing, still working like a champ. And seems like it's going behind a cloud again, went down to 50 watts. But the bottom line is, I can kick this thing, throw it on the ground, step on it, and it's not gonna be a problem. Now, as you can see, got 12 holes drilled in this thing. Stomping on it. And the thing ain't gonna break. You know, that's what makes these panels good, is they're basically indestructible. I mean, unless you're cutting the cords or something. But if you're just messing up a cell, you know, it's still got voltage on it. Even laying on the ground like this, and the sun behind a dark cloud right now, got 24 volts, got 10 watts coming in. So the thing is still working. All right, right now, got 37 watts, 27 volts. This went up to 48 watts, 27 volts. Hopefully you can see that. It's not a glare. Got 52 watts. Hopefully you can see that. So the bottom line is, if this Cigs solar panel can pass the drill test, you know, whatever little bit of damage you get from the road on an RV, it's definitely going to be able to handle that. Even if you're stepping on the thing or whatever, or you got to put it on your boat and you want to step on it on the front of your boat, it's not going to have a problem, because it's definitely not going to get as damaged as this drill will do. We're drilling 12 holes through the thing. I mean, just crazy. And the thing works just like it did before, you know, based on the clouds, you know, not based on them holes at all. And I'll just tell you the specs on all the rest of the stuff. And if you are interested in this stuff, of course, I have it linked up down in the description. And Bougerv, you know, they'll probably send me a discount code. If I got one of those, I'll put that down below as well. And I know I said at the beginning it was a 200 watt panel. I meant to say it's a 100 watt panel, and there's 2 panels, you know, 100 watts and 100 watts. So it's 200 watts total. So the 100 watt panels, you know, when it was getting 70 watts at the beginning, that was actually doing pretty good. I don't know what I was talking about with the 200 watts. I was just thinking about the package, not the actual panel itself. And the specs, of course, on most Bougerv panels are going to be right on the panel itself. So you'll be able to look on the tag on here. It's going to have all your information. Going to have the website. Going to have a customer service number if you ever have a problem, you know, so you can give them a call. So basically it's a 100-watt panel. You know, your max power voltage is 24 volts. Max power current is 4.21 amps. Your open circuit voltage is going to be 30.5 volts. Your short circuit amps is going to be 4.7. Your max operating voltage is 1,000 volts if you got a bunch of them in series or whatever. Operating temperatures, -40 Fahrenheit to 185 Fahrenheit. That's hot. So, you know, we all know stuff can get very hot on top of an RV or camper or vehicle or boat, you know. So, hey, that's a good thing. You'll be able to survive not only the drill, but the heat. And so I think they have a couple of different versions of this. They have some that come with tape, and you can tape them to the top of your RV. And like these come with the little rings on the sides, so you can actually just tie it down to something. So it just depends on what version you need. If you need it to hang, you know, you might want these. If you want something that you put on your boat or top of your RV, get the tape versions. That's what I would get. And your MC4 connecting cables, you know, they are pretty long, as you can see, or from here to here. You know, so you got a couple of feet. So it's definitely going to be able to go to another panel just like this pretty easily, you know, if not to a second one over, you know, beyond this one. Not that you would ever have to do that, but it's going to be plenty long. I don't think you're going to have a problem with that. Waterproof connections and fittings on everything, you know, so this thing's going to be watertight. It's made to go on top of an RV or a boat or be on the outside. So what solar panel is not going to be. So what do you guys think about the testing with this Cigs thin film solar panel? So we're definitely going to have to make another video on these during the middle of the day to show what kind of output they have during the middle of the day. I guarantee you they're going to get 100 watts. They're getting 50 some watts or even 70 watts, you know, from after 6 o'clock in the evening when we just holding them in the air. Definitely when the sun is really out, because it's cloudy too. The clouds are kind of going back and forth. So they ain't picture perfect clear either. So on the next time I do a video on these, we'll do it in full sun, see what we get out. And if you want me to test anything else out, hey, let me know down in the comments below and we can do that. And I got to talk about the price of these. I think these are right now, they're $599. So definitely not the cheapest panel in the world, that's for sure. But if you're only buying a few of them to put on your RV and you don't want them to be damaged, you want them to last a while, it's probably well worth it. You know, if these things get hit with rocks or something falls on it, limbs and everything else. Let's say a limb falls on top of your RV and tries to puncture a hole in your panel. You don't have to replace the thing. It's still going to be good to go if it's scratched or got a hole in it. Hey, and if you guys like this kind of video, hey, think about hitting that subscribe button, hitting that like button, and thanks for watching.